Welcome to Useful Words. Hi, my name is Leroy Glover, and on this channel, we're going to explore useful words. In this video, we're going to share the law of self-worth, how to gain the confidence and value you deserve. The law of self-worth teaches us that our worth is not based on what others think of us, but on what we think of ourselves. It's a psychological law that states that a person's feelings of self-worth are determined by their thoughts and beliefs about themselves. It's one of the best kept secrets for feeling happy and confident. It is the law that says that your self-worth is determined by how you feel about yourself, not by what others think of you. This law means that if you feel good about yourself, then you are worth it. You are valuable to yourself and to the world around you because your life has value. As a result, people will respond to this value because they want what they need, a connection with another human being who feels good about him or herself. A person is only worth what they worth to themselves. This means that you are the one to decide how valuable you are. The law of self-worth is what you believe in your heart that you are. That's how valuable you are to yourself, and that's how valuable you become to others. One of the most important things to realize about self-worth is that you are the only one who can decide how valuable you are. It's what you believe in your heart that you are, and the most important factor in this equation is what you believe. You are the one who can decide how valuable you are. The law of self-worth is what you believe in your heart that you are, and it is not based on what other people think. In order to understand the law, it is necessary to understand that your worth can never be taken away from you. It is never given to you. What is the law of self-worth? The law of self-worth is a self-help teaching and coaching idea that claims the following. 1. What we think and feel about ourselves has a direct impact on what we do with our lives. 2. What we think and feel about ourselves becomes the person we become. 3. The way in which we think and feel about ourselves is largely determined by our past thoughts and feelings. 4. If you want to change, then it is important to take responsibility for how we think and feel about ourselves rather than blaming others for our predicament. And 5. When thinking, feeling, or doing something different becomes the new normal, then over time, what we think and feel about ourselves also changes. This law dictates everything from how much money we make to how many friends we should have and even where we will work. This law has nothing to do with your actual worth or value. It is about what you believe your worth or value is based on how you feel inside yourself. A lot of people base their worth or value on what they think other people think about them. This law, called the imposter syndrome, is a term used to describe this phenomenon. It is not uncommon for someone who has the imposter syndrome to believe that people see them as less than their true value because they look too young, too old, or don't fit any stereotypes society has set for them. People who have the imposter syndrome are convinced that they are not as good at their job as others think they are. This is because the person has an extreme fear of being judged or evaluated, which leads them to believe that they are not as qualified for their role. How to find your confidence through self-worth. We all have a voice in our head that can be critical or supportive. You can decide which voice you want to listen to. This is our choice, and we must make the best one for ourselves. In order to find your confidence, know yourself better and learn how to be kinder to yourself. Let go of the need for approval from others, as this is not your responsibility as a human being. You are enough just as you are because you have been created with the purpose in mind by God, who loves you unconditionally no matter what. Self-worth is what makes us feel good about ourselves. It can also be defined as self-confidence, self-respect, and self-esteem. When we have it, we feel confident enough to do what we want without feeling bad about it. Our self-worth is the value that we attribute to ourselves. It can be a habit that we either build up or tear down. In our society, it is generally believed that success and happiness are the result of a combination of education, wealth, and social status. However, this is a misconception because these three factors cannot be the sole determinant of our success. The reason for this misconception is that people have the tendency to compare themselves with others and then draw conclusions about their own value. Problems with self-worth can often stem from comparisons with others. The best way to find your confidence through self-worth is to focus on your strengths and bettering yourself so you can overcome any shortcomings you may have experienced in the past. Self-worth is the idea that you are totally worth being in this world. It is the belief in yourself and your talents, but not in a cocky way. It is the idea that you are confident in what you have to offer and you don't need anyone else's approval to prove it. Self-worth is a belief in yourself and your talents. Some people have a hard time understanding self-worth because of all the different ways it can be defined. People can define it as how much people think they are worth, how much others people think they are worth, or how much their accomplishments mean. It is important to find what meaning works best for you. The law of self-worth and how reading can help us improve our self-worth. Reading is a powerful and effective way to improve self-worth and develop a healthy self-concept. The law of self-worth says that we feel good about ourselves when we do something that makes us proud. It is important to remember that reading is an activity just like any other, and it can be used to help boost self-worth. It seems like more and more people are turning to books for different reasons, one of them being the quest for self-worth. Reading helps us see ourselves in different ways and helps us learn new things about ourselves. Just as we can find meaning in reading, reading can also help us improve our self-worth. Reading is a powerful tool to improve our self-worth. The process of reading provides an inner world which we can control and therefore offer a safe haven from the outside world. As a result, reading allows us to take control of our thoughts, beliefs, and values that we may not have been able to otherwise. If you feel good about yourself and believe in your own worth, then other people will recognize this and see your value. This quote from the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover. In this passage, he talks about how it is important for a man to feel good about himself and believe in his own worth, which will make others value him as well. The more in touch and in tune we are with our own self-worth, the more we transform into the people we want to be. It is important to have high self-esteem. As we begin to identify and accept our own worth, we transform into the people we want to be. For some, it might be a glamorous life of riches and fame, while for others it could be a quite simple life of peace and calm. It is important to remember that there are many paths in life that leads to happiness. How to achieve high self-worth? In order to achieve high self-worth, it is recommended that you build your skills and strengths. You should also be thankful for what you have and stay focused on the present moment. Just make sure you are not bringing your past into the present moment. Self-worth is defined as the value that you give yourself. It can be measured by comparing your own standards with the standards of others. However, it is possible to increase your self-worth by understanding where you stand in life and what you are capable of doing. The more confident you are in yourself and your abilities, the more successful you will be. This is because having higher self-worth is a result of a greater confidence. A confident person is likely to try new things and persevere when they meet with failure. This will build their self-worth, which in turn enable them to grow their confidence even more. A person that is confident in themselves will not let others dictate their lives or who they are. If you're not confident in who you are, you will let others dictate how your life will be. This can include what clothes to wear, where to go on vacation, or what career to pursue. The person who is confident in themselves will not let anyone tell them A person who is confident in themselves will not let anyone tell them what they should do with their lives because they know what they want. When you are confident in who you are, you will be more inclined to pursue what makes you happy. You will patiently wait for the right moment to strike, and once you do, you know that all the hard work has paid off. Having high self-worth will make you feel more confident, capable, and will give you a greater sense of happiness. Having high self-worth is a great way to boost your confidence, happiness, and success. The more confident you are, the more successful you will be. By having a higher self-worth, your confidence will grow and you will feel more capable, which will result in a greater success. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO of a company, a stay-at-home mom, or an entrepreneur. If you do not have high self-worth, you will not be successful. Self-worth is the feeling that we have about ourselves, and it is what we think we deserve. Thus, we feel like we deserve more, then we will go after it, and we will work hard to achieve our goals. I'm Leroy Glover, and I thank you.